Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our guest of honor, Minister for Defence, Mr. Teo Chee Hean. Today, as we mark 25 years of total defense, we ask all Singaporeans to answer this simple yet powerful question. What will you defend? Over the past few months, we have received many heartfelt responses through our website, Zoe cards, and radio call-in contests. Many Singaporeans also came forth when we invited them to tell us what they will defend. We've put together their responses in a special video for today's event, so let's hear what they have to say.
I will defend my daddy, my mommy, and my sister because I don't want people to bully them.
I will defend my passion and my dream, which is to get married soon and settle down.
I will defend you.
And I'll defend you. Mwah!
I'll defend my country because without the country, there can be no family, no friends.
I will defend my mind so that I can do well in my studies and go to the course I like.
I will defend my culture and traditions.
I want to defend my best friend. I will defend you too. Really?
I will defend myself and I will defend you.
Minister Teo, please.
My parliamentary colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The question, what will you defend, is a deeply personal one that can be answered only after some reflection. For some, the answer is their family and their friends, as you saw in the opening video. For the young ones, it could be their favorite toy or the playground. For others, it is the school, the neighborhood they grew up in, a way of life. The answers may be poignant and personal, sweet and simple, spirited and spontaneous, or considered and conceptual. But whatever the answer is, it is unique to that individual. And it may also evolve as the person goes through life. Although our answers may sound different and reflect our diversity, they are in fact our strength. Each of them has an emotional element which tucks us closer, pulls us together. A favorite toy is not just an object. It's what Daddy gave me. It represents the love and the bonding in the family. A way of life is not just a concept, but it represents the total experience and relationships that make us what we are. So, what will you defend? The answers stitched together to form Singapore, the collective dreams and hopes of all Singaporeans that are worth defending. At the core of these hopes and dreams are the shared values that make them possible and ideals which we live by, such as meritocracy, justice, and equality, regardless of race, language, or religion. These do not change, and they inextricably link the defense of what is mine to that of yours and to others. Defending the peace and security of Singapore is thus the foundation that allows for everything else that you and I build and cherish. This is the reason that we built up a strong defense force from day one of our independence, and why total defense was introduced in April 1984. The aim of total defense is to rally the entire nation should we have to go to war in the defense of Singapore. This is captured in the manifesto introduced in 1984, and I quote, "Total defense. It begins with the SAF, but there's a part for everyone," unquote. This is still true today. While we do our utmost to avoid armed conflict, make no mistake, should Singapore come under attack, the SAF will defend Singapore. And should that happen, all of us, whether or not we are in the SAF, will each have our part to play as the entire nation is mobilized. But nowadays, danger can come in unexpected shapes and forms. Innocent-looking civilians can disguise terrorist intentions. Travelers may unknowingly carry diseases. A thoughtless deed or word can, directly or indirectly, spark off social strife. Natural disasters, economic disruption, climate change, energy, water, and food scarcity, piracy, illegal immigration, and cybercrime are just some of the myriad examples of the wide range of threats that we face today. Moreover, in today's interconnected world, events far away can have profound effects on lives here in Singapore. Today, what began as a problem in the US housing sector has snowballed into a global financial crisis that has also affected our economy and Singaporeans. But thankfully, over the years, we have built a strong foundation, and I am confident that with everybody pulling together, we will ride out this economic storm. My confidence is drawn from past experience of how Singaporeans have drawn together to overcome difficult times. When the 9/11 attacks took place, we were able to respond quickly to the fallout, as our security agencies had already been developing capabilities to deal with non-conventional threats. When SARS hit us, Singaporeans came together and cooperated with the health authorities to fight the SARS virus. We did not run away. When faced with economic crises in the late 1990s, we were able to prevail as we had the necessary fundamentals in place: prudent fiscal policies, strong reserves, a well-educated and skilled workforce, and harmonious industrial relations. Of course, all this would not have been possible if Singaporeans had not also demonstrated their willingness to make sacrifices and take tough but necessary measures. As threats can appear unexpectedly, we have to be vigilant and prepared. And in this regard, total defense has helped us. It did not happen overnight, but through the last 25 years of hard work to internalize total defense in our society and strengthen its 5 pillars: military, civil, economic, social, and psychological defense. In building a strong defense force, developing emergency response and business continuity measures, forging racial harmony and national resilience, total defense has provided the framework for us to overcome any challenges. During this year's 25th anniversary of total defense, I am pleased that so many Singaporeans have been able to participate and express in their own voice what total defense means to them. The various new media channels and platforms supplement our traditional outreach to allow Singaporeans to share, to listen to what others have to say, and voice out what they have to say about total defense. Animation is a wonderful way for the students to tell their peers many things about total defense: why it is important, how they can play a role, and what it means to be a Singaporean. The medium of film is another example of expression, and I congratulate the students who produce the 2034 clips to share their perspectives about total defense. I'm looking forward to the musical review, 5 Pillars, 1 Roof. I'm told that many of the cast and crew have not only enjoyed taking part in it, but also gained a more intimate understanding of what it means to be Singaporean, why they value it, and what they would need to do to defend it. So I would like to congratulate the winners and thank all the participants for volunteering their time and expertise in one way or another. And I hope that all of you will go back and share with your friends and other Singaporeans what you will defend and why. Our work in total defense is unceasing and has become a fundamental aspect of what makes us Singaporean. The next 25 years will bring new challenges and a new generation of Singaporeans will bear the torch handed down from their forefathers. We will continue to commemorate total defense on the 15th of February, the day Singapore fell to the Japanese in 1942, to remind ourselves that we have to defend what is ours and what we value, and we stand to lose it all if we are unable or not prepared to defend ourselves. So let us continue to play our part in total defense. Some of you may be wondering what I will defend. I have visited many countries and lived in several for a period of time. And nothing for me beats that feeling of getting on that plane and heading home. So there's no other place that I could ever call home. I will defend Singapore, a home where my family, where our families and future generations can live together in peace and realize our aspirations. So as we celebrate 25 years of total defense together, I ask that you join me in making this commitment in your own special way and tell us why you will defend Singapore. So thank you very much.